Did you know that there are more than hundreds of diets practiced all over the world, and there are a lot of people from ordinary to celebrities practicing extreme, fad, viral kind of diet like vegan, carnivore, or slow carb diet ended up quitting. My name is Mar. I'm a doctor of physical therapy, certified in functional nutrition. I love cycling and running. I'm gonna share it to you why we don't need to be a vegan, carnivore, or slow carb diet in order for us to be successful in our wellness and weight loss journey. I knew this because I was a vegan, and I really love this quote from Mr. Fuller that health is not valued till illness comes. And 6 years ago, I was really unhealthy, and I decided to be healthier because of I experienced that chest pain, and my blood pressure was 170 over 110, and I had metabolic disorder. I have fatty liver. It's about time for me to transform my life, and I decided to find the best diet in the world, and I ended up to be a vegan. And I was also inspired with Ritual because he's amazing. That time he was the one of the fittest person in the world, and it's pretty cool that he's a vegan. So I told myself I want to be a vegan also. And at first it really helps a lot, but eventually I found out, and with my doctor's advice, it's not really sustainable because it's not good for my health because I ended up to have anemia. And I know there's a lot of vegan now that really firm with their diet and also trying to protect the animals, which is really appreciate. And I wish I can continue to be a vegan, but I don't want to compromise my health anymore. And there's a lot of also people are practicing carnivore, are very extreme, and they think that carnivore is the best diet of the world. But as what I've said, I mean, like, if you miss all those minerals and nutrients that you can get in the plants, I mean, like, there's no long-term data or research why carnivore that you think it's really best diet in the world. Just think about that, because if you're gonna think long-term, especially if you're not supplementing your body with those minerals and vitamins like those fiber, antioxidant, magnesium, potassium, so on and so forth, I mean, like, you ended up to have deficiency. And for those people who are doing also the slow carb diet, and there's no long-term data about that, but it's really awesome because you are consuming more complex carbohydrates, but you're gonna miss also those vitamins and nutrients from those starchy food. But it seems like the main focus for the slow carb diet is not consuming the high glycemic kind of food, which is really good long term. And if you're gonna look at this, again, there are more than hundreds of diets in the world. And the bottom line is they have common denominator, which is eliminating and removing those ultra processed fine flour, sugar, and those hydrogenated oil, which is the vegetable seeds oil. If you're gonna just trying to keep away for those, believe me, it will be a game changer. And I knew this because I used to be a vegan. So for me, if you're gonna just remove those stuff and then replace with whole foods, and also like moderation with meat and animal products, and incorporating exercise, because exercise is really powerful as medicine. And I mean, that's it. I really love this quote from Confucius that life is really simple, but we're the one who make this complicated. And if you're gonna look at the data, and sad to say that those people are very extreme doing with their nutrition or diet, but it's only like less than 30% doing physical activity or exercise. Especially in America, it's only less than 25%. Our life here is very sedentary. We get up, work, go back home, and eat those junky, and that's it. And we're doing that almost every single day. And the weekend, sometimes we have parties and we have we're having some fun, and exercise is underrated. And that's the reason a lot of people now indeed have diabetes mellitus. And sad to say that the data now it's getting higher and higher. And a few years from now, we have billions of people have metabolic disorder, particularly with diabetes mellitus type 2. And again, I've been doing this for more than 6 years. And I can really tell that if your goal is to be healthier and weight loss will be solution, the best part is try to find affordable, sustainable nutrition and exercise that you will be consistent, that will fit in your lifestyle. That's it. I mean, like, I remember those days that my family was compromised because I cannot eat there. I cannot go to the restaurant. We cannot go to the party. It was really complicated. And I know it's same thing with other diet, and I don't know, but I heard a lot of people. I talk a lot of people who were doing carnivore, and some of them also doing incorporating Ozempic. And at first, it's kind of like a pattern. They're very hyped because they lost weight, and then they ended up stuck, and till to the point that they're frustrated and they ended up quit. And that's really kind of like a yo-yo. But again, if you have a clear goals, you have clarity, and you're just like trying to think long term and not just trying to stress yourself, because especially if you're above 40 years old, hormones is very important in our life. And once you're above 40, your hormones are really off, and your muscle mass also is decreased, and your metabolism is down, and then your cortisol is kind of like up, because you from getting up in the morning, you're already like thinking, you're anxious what you're gonna eat, because you're not doing meal prep, or if you're gonna do also meal prep, you're already exhausted. I mean, like, it's really complicated. I knew this because based on my experience, it's good at first, short term. And now if you're a vegan, I wish I'm still a vegan, but I quit vegan because, again, for my lifestyle, and of course, I don't want to compromise my health anymore. Because as per doctor's advice, because I had anemia, because I was deficient with iron, and also vitamin B12, protein, and omega-3 fatty acids. So I ended up quit vegan. But I have full respect for those doing vegan and still doing their I will say their mission to protect those animals against cruelty, which is really awesome though. But if you have some issue with health, I mean, like, try to consider the healthier side. And if I know a lot of people are extreme, I mean, like for example, the late Steve Jobs, he was very particular with his rotitarian diet. He was relying only his nutrition from fruits, and he ended up deficient. And sad to say that that's, according to some expert, that one of the reason why his health was at first it was good, and eventually it was deteriorating. And there's a lot of people are quitting, which is good, and there's a lot of less fortunate people are very extreme, and they ended up having some medical complexities, and some of them really having major mental problem also, and they ended up died. And we don't want that. All I have to do here is to make it sure that we're gonna consider to have a healthy body, healthy mind. And I'm not really against for those people who are doing carnivore or vegan or slow carb diet. I just want you to be mindful that we need to supplement our body, and we need to consider also to communicate with our doctors. If we need to consult them, that would be awesome. And if you're gonna ask me, I'm in functional nutrition. We love to make it sure that we are providing our body with proper nutrition. We call that balanced diet. A lot of people, how do you call that balanced diet? Well, we just like to make it sure that we have our macronutrients, micronutrients, our minerals, our hydration, And that's it. We don't need to complicate things though. And then we all need to be mindful also with exercise as medicine, and if we need to detoxify our body, because our liver is very important, and also our we need to take good care also with our gut, because those are the two things that you need to remember if you want to be healthier: our liver and our gut. And there's a saying that life begins in the gut and death also begins in the gut. And that's really backed by science. If you value this content, we have more videos in our YouTube channel. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment. And if you'll hit like there and also subscribe, that would be awesome. It will help to grow our small YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. You have a happy, healthy life. Go reset that me.